Hello everyone and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. You may say I have a little something different here. I'm hoping it's working. We did a test and we think it's working. And you'll notice I have my light out here, so hopefully you'll be able to see me better and hear me better. So let me show you what is on my table tonight. And let me just say welcome to my kinda sorta finishing Friday. I am not finishing an actual product, but I am working on the last block for the pressed flowers. So this, my light is right here, so I can't get it very far. This is the last block for the pressed flowers. It is called Love in a Mist. And as always, I have my fabrics already right here, ready to go. Going to just slide those under here so they're easy to get to. And we are just going to start sewing tonight. So we are taking E and C. So this is our E. I'm not really set up completely here. Notice I used my little bowl that I got in the subscription box. I use this thing all the time, y'all. But I have my E's. Well, let me put these here in front of me, and my C's. Just going to move this out of the way. And what we are going to do is take an E and a C, put the C down here on the bottom, and we're going to sew at a diagonal. Now, I do have lines on mine. I always have lines, and never be afraid to draw a line. Don't think that's going to make you less of a sewer. It makes you a cautious sewer. I'm very cautious because I'm always afraid that I am going to mess up. And I am going to lower my foot right down on that line because we are going to sew on the line. So we are sewing right on that line. Let me see how many I'm making. I'm making 4 of them. And the diagonal is going to go from the left to the right. And I am just making sure I have this done. And guys, I hope y'all have got your sew sampler in. I am so excited to finish this. I am thinking it is going to be absolutely beautiful. I love this line of fabric. And I actually have a good bit left. So I'm thinking about maybe making a strip quilt or a string quilt out of it. Because I do have a lot of it down here in, if you watched my update basket, my update video the other day, I talked about my basket that has my, it has like some scraps in it that are pretty good sized. And I can actually use those to make a string quilt. Now, I do have some fabrics that I have cut down to size like a 2.5 inch block or a 3.5 inch block. I have some that I've done that with. And those are in little storage boxes that hold those. So, one day I'll be able to pull those out. I don't have enough to use those and make a quilt out of yet. But one day I will. So guys, this is your Friday. Of course, I'm pre-recording this. But how is your day going so far? You'll probably see this early in the morning. When I say early, I mean 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not gonna release anything way earlier than that. I'm going to trim these and press these, and I will be right back. The magic of YouTube, it'll be a second. I now have the first step done, so we're going to the next step. We will be taking the E blocks and our D block. I don't think I need any more of these right at the moment. And we are going to make I better read this because it does look different. We are going to take a D and an F. These are the F's. I'm making sure I'm doing this on all 4 because it does say make 4. Okay, so it says, okay, we do make 4 of these. We put a D in the top left corner and an F in the bottom right corner. And we will make 4 of those. I'm making sure what I have here is 4. So the D is top right. Make sure I'm going in the correct direction. So y'all, I appreciate you coming and sewing with me today. I will say this has been a fabulous quilt along. The first fabric that I ever used was this sugarberry in sewing, you know, or in quilting, because I made my grandbaby's baby quilt out of this fabric. So this fabric does hold a little special place in my heart. I mean, kind of helps that I really love these colors too. But this has been a really good sew along. I cannot wait. Well, I can wait, but I can't wait for the Peaceful Baskets that's coming up next. So if you don't know what Peaceful Baskets is, I will have a link down in my description that takes you to Fat Quarter Shop. You can even receive a $10 discount, I believe. It's for first-time buyers that purchase $50 or more. You should be able to save $10 if if you're new and want to join us. The Peaceful Basket, so it's blues and greens, so pretty. I didn't think I was going to do it, but I just decided I am. I was going to stop my subscription box after the pressed flowers, but I just decided I love this box so much that I'm not going to get rid of it. Okay, so I have the D's. I think it's D's put on here. So now I need to do the F's. Okay, so the F's are going to go on the bottom right corner of this. Now, my F, I'll try to show you here. It has a little bird down here. So I am going to try, I'm looking to see when I fold it down. Oh, yep, my little bird's going to be standing right. I want my little birds to be directional. I want them to be standing up. And they may not be standing up. I mean, I don't know what direction these are going on the block. But I guess it's good to get them started in the right direction. I have to double check and make sure that I'm sewing it in the correct direction too. So guys, if you're doing the Sew Sampler Press Flowers, tell me what your biggest struggle has been with it. I mean, is it the piecing? Is it getting all of these angles coming out right? I mean, I'm still fairly new here, and I will say I've cut so many points off. It's not even funny. If I put them all together, I probably got a circle. Because I'm not real good at these points. But that's okay. This is practice. That's all this is practice. Yeah, this birdie gonna be upside down. He's just gonna be upside down. But I will say that I have learned a lot since, I guess I probably started this sew along or quilt along I probably started it back in August, because when I started, I was like 4 or 5 blocks behind. And I just went on Fat Quarter Shop's website and just ordered, I think it was 5 patterns. I think it was the first 5 patterns. It might have been 6. I don't recall exactly. But the hardest thing for me was finding all of the fabric, because I did not realize what the fabric requirements were. I didn't see them. So I've just been buying all kinds of fabric, just trying to have enough to make the squares. But now that I'm at the finishing, I don't think I'm going to use the exact fabrics that they use to finish, because I've got a lot of fabric that I can be using. Like the backing, if I have enough, I do have one of the reds with the big flowers on it. I may use that as my backing. If not, I may use it as my binding. I know it calls for a certain color for borders. I may not do that. I may use a different one. Who knows what I'm going to do. So I am going to trim these, or cut these off and press them, and I'll be right back. I now have the second unit done, and what we are going to do is put these 2 blocks together. We're going to do all 4 of them this way. We're just going to put them together and sew them at this 1/4 inch. And I set my pieces down on my table right here in front of me, so I can just fold them over together, and they work perfectly that way. So what are your plans for this weekend? Do y'all have anything fun going on? I am hoping to be doing a little thrifting this weekend. I am still looking for a few things that I haven't found yet. And, I'll always be on the lookout for it. I do want to go check out some thrift stores to see if they have any fabrics. I'm going to go check the consignment store to see if they have me any old shirts that they're holding for me. Because I do have one consignment store that holds men's button-up shirts. The cotton button-up shirts. If there's stains or rips and they can't sell them, then what I'll do is I'll take them and cut them up into square block, fabric squares. And one day I'll be able to make me a scrappy quilt out of old shirts, men's old shirts. So I think that'll be exciting, fun to do. So guys, this is going really fast so far. I'm going to press these and make sure I've trimmed them up. They're the right size, and I'll be right back. It looks like I've finished our left petal unit here. Y'all, this is really a quick block. I've only been on here, looks like 30 minutes. That's not bad. So now we are going to be using our G and our C, and it looks like we will be making 4 of these. And this time, I can't recall which way the diagonal went, but this diagonal is going for top left to bottom right. And I know several of you are probably noticing I'm not using my thread cutter. We have decided that I have a bent blade, and I just really don't have time to take it to the shop. Which I probably will. I need to. But it seems like everything else, of course, was user malfunction. I was getting very frustrated, but it was me that was making the issue. With the Bernina, and this may be any machine, but I've done this before with a brother and it didn't make a difference. But things that did not make a difference on other machines do make a difference on the Bernina. When you are threading your needle, you have to make sure your needle is in the up position, and so is your presser foot. A brother, you didn't have to do that. It didn't matter. But apparently, when the presser foot is down, you've got tension plates in there that hold that thread. You need to raise it up so it releases that thread. And that's why I was having thread breakage, apparently. And my needle breaking a lot is apparently from a tension issue, but a tension that I created. So it's possible that I had thick seams going through and I was trying to push them through, and I pushed the needle where it hit the plate. And of course, you hit the plate with the needle, it's going to break, hopefully. Oh, y'all, I am getting tired. It just all of a sudden just hit me. I don't even know what time it is. It's 9:30. That's why I'm so tired. I put my long 10-hour day in today. Pretty productive. So now what I need to do, I need to trim this because I need to put another one on this end. And it may overlap. Looks like we're doing flying geese here. Let me look and see if it's going to overlap. If it's not, yep, it's overlapping. Okay, I will bring you right back once I'm trimmed. Now I am back, about to start doing my flying geese. And yeah, I will say I am very excited about this Peaceful baskets. I'm actually doing quite a few sew-alongs, but you'll have to come back Monday and I'll talk to you about those a little more on Monday. Or you can go look at my video from last Monday. I think I did put some updates in there. I try to include links to everything that I'm doing as well. But sometimes I have so much going on that I forget. So if I ever do something in a video and I forget to put a link and you want to know where I got something, and one thing that I will tell you that I'll never be able to tell you is when I do a thrift on fabric, I'll never be able to tell you where I got it from because I never remember that. If I do online thrifting, I'm in so many thrift groups on Marketplace or Facebook that I won't ever be able to tell you because I just don't know. I don't remember. It's not that I don't want to tell you, but I'm in some local thrift, fabric thrifts, and I'm in some where I get packages mailed to me. I've thrifted fabrics, and I think I mentioned this before. If I thrift fabric, it's very likely I have a purpose for it. So just keep that in mind. I'm not just buying fabric to create a hoard, even though I already have a hoard and I haven't been quilting a year yet. But that's okay because I've got plenty of projects planned to do this year. I have a lot of projects I want to do this year. I do have a notebook that has some of them wrote down. And I have some that just kind of come up, and I see it, and I'm like, oh, I got to do that one. Okay, I'm going to trim and be right back. I now have our flying geese done. So our next step is to take our H's and our B's, H and B's, and we just sew these patches together, and it looks like we're going to make a little 4 square. And now, how is your weather going? The reason I'm asking this is we were supposed to get rain starting about when I got off work today. Now, if it has rained, I don't know that. But it is supposed to rain all weekend. And I did check on Ryan Hall. I didn't watch all of his little weather thing, which I need to. I'll watch that all when I go to bed tonight. But I mean, I'm really hoping to get some thrifting done this weekend. That would, because I want to have some fun, and to me that is fun. And my husband is in, so maybe I can get him to go thrifting with me tomorrow. So I am going to press this so we can get these sewn together into our little 4-patch. So now I have to nest the seams. Oops, let me make sure, because this is one of those where it is very directional. I'm pinning that together so that seam stays together good. Once I get this sewed, I'll press again. Now I have our little 4-patch done. And now we start assembling the block. So we still have our A's. I'm going to start the top row and work my way from left to right. This is left to right for you. It's right to left for me. But, okay. So, the first block first unit we use, well, we use 2 of those. And we alternate them how they are put together. So far, y'all, this has been I may be speaking too soon, but this has been a fairly easy to construct block. I'm not done with it yet, though, so like I said, I may have spoke too soon. And I'm not going to keep pulling that far out because it leaves too much string there. And the next thing that we put on it is an A. Okay, and our next step is to put a flying geese on here. Now, I have not pressed. I will press all at one time once I get this one unit completed. And I know some people can go in and do like the first ones of all the rows and then do the second one. It's too easy for me to mess up. So I don't want to mess this one up for sure. What I am doing is I'm doing a row at a time. And you know, this is not a competition. There is no race in this. So take your time. Get it done right, or to the best of your ability. So I've got the first row done. Let me lay that out of the way. Let me turn it over so I know it's the first row. The second row, we will put these together in this manner. Oh, it looks like I had seams that were matching up. I hope I matched them up. They might not have, but it's okay if it's not. Because ain't nobody going to be the wiser. I'm the only one that I know. And y'all, wouldn't it be super if I could get this one finished along with my starling and take those 2 to the long arm? Oh, that would be great. That would mean I'd have 5 things at the long arm. That wouldn't be pretty on my pocketbook. Okay, the next thing I'm doing is a flying geese. Now I will be doing the binding on all of these quilts, so they'll just be quilting the quilts and I'll be binding the quilts. And the last piece for this row is an A. Now I am going to tell y'all, on these flying geese, for some reason I always have a little on the corners that just does not want to meet up. So what I do when I am piecing it, now my flying geese is going to be the top fabric. I line up the top and bottom, and whatever this side does, like right here at this edge, as long as I'm within 1/4 of an inch, it does not matter, because that will catch in that seam. Because this one here, like on both the top and the bottom, it's almost like it curves. But I catch it in that 1/4 of an inch seam. Okay, so this is our row 2. Now for row 3, we have an A and a flying geese. Once again, this is going to be another where I just line up, and if it's not even, it's okay. I will just let that catch in that 1/4 of an inch. Then my next piece, these I can do together. Because now what I will do is I will take these 2 pieces and connect them to our little 4 square, and that'll make a row. I am going to have to press these in order to, well, I don't know, maybe not. I'm going to press. Okay, I've got them pressed, so now my seams will nest. And I know some people can do this without pressing. I can't. I really like my seams to lay flat. And I know some people use a clapper. I don't have a clapper. I've never used a clapper, so I don't mind pressing though. Now I will hold off on pressing the whole row. Now the next thing I will do, now these are directional. These have to go a certain direction, and so does the little 4 square. The 4 square, as long as I have the tan block on the top left, which is what I have, then I'm good. So I hope everyone is well, getting ready for the spring and Easter and all the little bunny rabbit stuff. I was going to try to go see my grandbaby this weekend, but I think I'm going to wait until Easter to take her Easter basket so I can see her open it. So guys, these are all my rows. I'm going to press them and be right back. Alrighty guys, so we have all 3 of the rows pressed. So I am just going to start pinning them together so we can get our block completed. And y'all, I'm looking at the time. It's actually, we've only been doing this an hour and less than an hour and a half. So this is kind of record time. So that tells you how nice of a block this has been to get done. It has not been a difficult block at all. I was actually thinking I liked this so much, this pattern so much, that I may do it in a different color, like with a different background or something. I don't know. I'm not going to do it anytime soon. I have too many other projects on my table right now, but I would not be opposed to doing another one. Maybe practice makes perfect. Maybe this is my practice quilt, because I will say I got a lot of mistakes on this quilt. But mistakes is just learning in motion. And nobody will know the mistakes unless they're like majorly big. Nobody will know it but me. So I'm not going to sweat over it. And I really have enjoyed doing this sew along with some of you. Some tell me that you're sewing along with me, and that makes me happy because I love sewing, and I actually sew along with quite a few people myself. I have a few people that truly inspire me, and when I listen to them, because actually my computer sits right here. This is my, you'll see my computer keyboard right there. And some days I just come in here, and because I sew just about every single day. I'll come, even if it's only 30 minutes. I may come in and just do a little something. This is my wind down here. But yeah, I may just do a little something. And it's definitely not finishing anything yet, so. But I will cut some of them on, and I have particular ones that I'll cut on, and you know, they may be sewing, and I sew right along with them. So I enjoy it though. The next thing we're going to do is put our bottom row on. So I'm going to pin that, and it does seem the more I've gotten into the pressed flowers, because now a lot of it is making sense to me, how to do certain things. And I've noticed my blocks are coming together better. So it is, I mean, you know, I did this, I started this as a learning tool because I wanted to learn. And I can say I've learned a lot doing this. So I am very happy I did it. And I hope the sound has been good for you guys. Like I said, we've been working on, this is a Rode mic. And my phone is an Android. And the one that my phone is has been known to have these issues where they could not get the sound working correctly, or working at all. Mine was not working at all. But there was an update for the wireless, because I think these are Rode Wireless Go 2s, I think. I don't know. My husband is the one that does all this. And I just told him I needed a mic, because I can't talk loud enough, because as far as y'all are away from me, I can't talk that loud. Okay, so guys, this is the truth shall be revealed. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to press it though before I show it to you, because I want it to be nice and crisp, and that way you can see what it looks like. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here is our last block. Tell me what you think about this. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment. I do respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, have a very blessed day. Goodbye.